Andrew, I am so excited to be doing your reading right now. I'm like jumping out of my seat. I'm so ready because everything just hit me all at once. I love your energy. I cannot describe how much joy it brings me and how fun it is. It's fun, it's light, and it's just something that I resonate with a lot. And I feel like we are both kind of people who appreciate humor and video games, all kinds of stuff. I feel like we just have very similar mindsets in that way. So I'm really excited to jump into this energy because I resonate with it so much. So you're going to be seeing me draw out your aura on the screen as I explain your energy and everything that I picked up on. And then at the very end, we'll do something really fun where I give you a mythical identity title. And then we will put that mythical identity title into an AI image generator to see how that identity is going to look here in the real world. And I'm just so stoked. Also, I totally didn't intend to do this, but I have this Pokemon shirt on, and I realized right as I sat down, I was like, oh my gosh, cool, I think he likes Pokemon too. The first thing that I do want to do, however, is pull cards, because I have a deck that I feel like just really resonates with you and your energy and your whole like connection to nature and such. So we're gonna get some messages there. First thing though, I keep saying first thing, but the first thing is doing some quick sound healing. I get this feeling that you could be really good at playing some strange instrument, and I just feel like if you don't play it already, like you could be really good at a weird instrument. You know, I'm seeing some kind of what are those called, where like you play the piano and you blow into it. I don't know what that's called, but I'll figure it out and I'll put it here. I don't know why I feel like you would be really good at that, or some kind of horn, trumpet maybe, saxophone. So let's start with some sound healing. That actually reminded me of something as I was playing that. It reminded me of a commercial, and I think it's for like National Wildlife Preservation. I think it's a Smokey the Bear kind of commercial. I'll find it and I'll include it in here because that could definitely have a message for you somewhere. I'll have to go back and rewatch that commercial. But like I said, I think that nature really plays a big part in your life, and so it's cool that that came through that way. Because I've played the kalimba many times before, and that's never even clicked for me, that tune. So that's definitely for you. Wait, you want to be a part of this too? You want to be a part of this too? Of course you do. Don't ya? Yeah. Oh, baby. You want to... Oh, you're so silly. You want to pull cards? Is that what you want to do? These cards? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, we can do these cards. Guess we got a helper here. So this is Jericho. He's going to help with your reading, I suppose. Okay. I'm going to let you pick a card, okay? Here you go. Here, pick a card. Which one? Now you don't want to? Okay, well, so here is the deck that I'm using. It is the Divine Nature Oracle deck. Let's see what's going on with Andrew's energy. What do I need to know? What messages are here for him today? I just heard a song like... I don't know what song that is, but... Oh, that came through like really strong. Oh my god. What song is that? God, that's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, anyway, what messages are here for Andrew today? Oh, whoa, wow. 40, journey. E, B, D, C. EBDC. I know that like it looks crazy, but there's always a reason for the craziness. There's a method behind the madness. And there, oh man, I also dropped a card that I just never picked up. Okay, so this card says call on courage. I want to pause right here just to let you know that I was still really thinking about that EBDC thing. I put it into ChatGPT thinking maybe there was like a famous quote or motto or phrase that followed the initials EBDC. It said there wasn't, but it gave me a quote that uses those initials that feels like it could be famous, and it said, "Every battle demands courage." Call on courage. Not sure what's happening there. Focus. Courage comes from the willingness to believe in ourselves and our source more than we believe in our fears. The word courage comes from the root word for heart in French, and you must use this energy center in order to find your way through the brambles and thorns of fear. Now is not the time to weigh your options or calculate your odds of success based on the five senses of reality. Instead, go within and listen to the voice telling you that fear is real, and that's okay. But courage is just as real and can be grown bigger and stronger than anything you face in your path. Call on courage and journey. Now is the time for journeying. Take the risk, brave the journey, say yes, and if it's not an outward journey beckoning you, turn inward and explore the stunning vistas, lost horizons, and secret forests of the psyche. Living in the mind alone is akin to living in a castle, but restricting yourself to the broom closet. Don't settle for what others have told you of adventure. Pursue your own right now. As Rumi wrote, you have no need to travel anywhere. Journey within yourself. Enter a mine of rubies and bathe in the splendor of your own light. It's beautiful. I love that. I'm not sure where you live. If you're in a hotter area or you have been impacted somehow by wildfires, or you know somebody personally that has been impacted by the wildfires that have happened lately, I'm so sorry. You know, I feel like it's really interesting though. I want to bring this up for some reason now because we're just talking about wildfires. I don't know if you've heard, but the Grand Canyon was on fire, and the part of it that was burning was the White Sage Canyon area. And people are saying that that's Mother Nature's way, and that's the Earth's way of it trying to naturally cleanse itself of all the bad energy going on right now in the world. And I think that's really cool. Like, that actually makes a lot of sense why I'm bringing that up in your reading, because you have this deep connection and resonance with the earth and nature. And I think that it means a lot to you. So seeing like those fires and everything and all the damage that's happening all around the world, it's scary and it's hurting you whenever you see the damage from it. And I also think that there is a comparison here when it comes to natural disasters. I think in that scenario with it burning all of the white sage, I think that, you know, that could very much represent your heart, like your energy, and how you always try to find the positive in things, and you try to see things from a perspective of not why did I have to go through this, but what can I learn from this? Why not why is this happening to me, but what has this taught me? What is this teaching me? And that's beautiful. You don't see it as everybody's out to get you, or like it's just you have bad luck, or you don't ever see things in a way that paints other people in a negative light. Like, you just see the light in everybody. You see love in everybody. You see the light and the love, and you spread the love, and you encompass everything that love is, and you bring so much light to the collective, and you just radiate that love and light, and it's so healing. Like, I have been feeling so good, just so excited just to be in your energy and talk about your energy. You bring such a lighthearted and fun, gentle, nurturing, high vibrational kind of energy, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm glad that I get to read your energy, and I thank you so much for trusting me with reading this beautiful energy. So I want to let you know also, so many messages have been coming through, like, And everything is making so much sense. Everything's connecting. So like I said, you're going to see me drawing out your aura while I explain your energy and everything that I picked up on, and blah, blah, blah. I already explained all this. Let's just jump right into it. So I just want to start by actually telling you something that's kind of personal to me that I thought was really cool. So you share a birthday with my brother, who is my best friend. And 413 is really important to my family because my dad actually had a Bible verse tattooed because of my brother's birthday, which was Philippians 4:13. And this Bible verse is, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And that's beautiful to me because I really do feel that energy here. And I really do think that, you know, you have that grounded and solid strength to you. And I mean, regardless of religion or whatever your beliefs may be, you have that energy that you can just trust that no matter what, you're going to get through this. You're going to be okay because you're being watched over, you're being protected. Like, you know that you have backup. You have that support from your angels, from your ancestors, from your spirit guides, from anybody that you believe in is watching over you. They are watching over you, and you know that in your heart. And so that gives you the strength and the courage to do things like journey, as the card said, to journey, to go on ventures, to do whatever your heart truly desires, because you know that you don't have to fear anything, because you always have this grounded sense of safety and comfort, knowing that you're being watched over, you're being protected, and there's no reason to think that the worst is going to happen. It's the same chance of something bad happening as it is of something good happening. So why would you focus on the bad things if, like, you could have the moment of your life, the time of your life? You would miss so many opportunities by being afraid, and you know not to be afraid, and you don't have to be afraid. And even when you are afraid, you still push through anyway because you know that you're protected, and that's beautiful. And then something else that I wanted to bring up that I hope isn't weird for me to bring up, because you sent me your Facebook link, so obviously I went to your Facebook and I did digging. I wasn't like being creepy about it. I looked through your pictures. I did see a picture. No, it was an album that said Colorado Springs, and I was like, no way. Because I don't know where you're from, like I said, but I am from Colorado, and I was like, obviously I'm going to click on this album because I want to see what pictures are in there, right? And I saw a picture of a rock, which I know now is Garden of the Gods. Had to look that up, but because I didn't recognize it for some reason, but I thought it was crazy because I thought it was a different rock, specifically because I was driving on the highway pretty recently. I want to say like maybe a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was looking out over this highway and I see a rock really far away, and I'm like, what rock is that? It looks like a castle from far away. But I like zoomed in on it and I tried to like reverse image search it, and basically I found out that it is called Cathedral Rock. But it's like 30 minutes away from Garden of the Gods, and it looked so much like that picture, and I was like, if this is the same rock, I'm gonna freak out, because I was literally miles away from that rock when I took that picture. And then to see that one in your album on Facebook, I was like, if this is the same rock, I'm gonna lose my mind. But it wasn't. But they were really close to each other, and I think the Air Force Base is like right in between them anyway, so it was valid for me to assume that it could have been Garden of the Gods, but it wasn't. But it did bring me to another message, which I thought was really cool, because I think rocks are a very symbolic symbol for you and hold a lot of symbolic power in your energy. And what's really cool is that there was more confirmation coming through with rocks, because I was hearing Manitou cliff dwellings as well as Mesa Verde, which you might make fun of me, and that's okay if you do. I should know this by now, but I didn't know Mesa Verde was in Colorado, and I didn't know that there was cliff dwellings there. So I thought it was really interesting how both Mesa Verde and Manitou cliff dwellings were coming through, and they both have that history within them and in that area. So I do think, based off of all of the rock symbolism and all those messages that are coming through, and what I'm picking up about cliff dwellings, I do think that you have a very strong spiritual past life tied to Native American tribes or communities. And I think that you were potentially like a healer within the community, like a medicine man or somebody who just provided wisdom. But metaphorically speaking, when we think of like all of this stone symbolism, I think that you are very grounded, and I think that it really does a good job of representing that. I think that you really have a grounding power. Like, you are people's rock. And I also heard, oh, that's another thing, is we were talking about the white, or I almost said White Canyon, but white sage in the canyon, that being another rock formation. But I was hearing this very strong. You are Tim's rock. You are Tim's white sage. You understand what he needs, and he understands what you need, and you guys mirror each other in the most beautiful way. Like, you guys have such a strong connection, and you know how to light each other up in a way that doesn't break you down. When you're doing good, when you're lit up, you know that that is going to light up the relationship. It's like you have to bring your best self to the table, and you do it not only for yourself but for your relationship, because you guys mirror each other and you feel each other's energy so strong. And if you're not showing up as your best self, then that's really going to affect that other person. Now, I'm not saying to only rely on whether or not it benefits the other person to take care of yourself. I know you probably know not to do that. Like, you know, to just take care of yourself for you too. But you recognize it when you're in a bad mood and their mood shifts, you know? And something else that came through that I thought was really crazy and really interesting. So a few names came through, and right off the bat, when I first started doing your reading, before I had even drawn out the aura, I was hearing the name Peter. And I tried to like think of how that might be related to you in some way, and it went through my mind a lot. And I was like, maybe it's just a P name in general, but no, it was for sure Peter. And then later on, I had two female names come through. I had Jacqueline and Raquel. What's crazy about this is the fact that I looked up the meaning of both of the female names, and they both led back to the name Jacob. Because it says that Jacqueline is derived from the French masculine name Jacques, which itself comes from the Hebrew name Jacob. And then Raquel symbolizes innocence, purity, and gentleness, and is often associated with the biblical figure Rachel, wife of Jacob. Okay, so that's already crazy. But then when I looked up the meaning of the name Peter, I'm not kidding you, it literally said that it means rock or stone. And so I decided, since Jacob seemed like a really significant name and so did Peter, but Peter meant stone, and I was like, I'm just gonna see what happens if I look up the name Jacob Stone, just to see if there was like a famous person or a character maybe. And as it turns out, there is a character with this name, Jacob Stone, in the show The Librarians. I've never seen it before, but this is what I found out. So basically, he is this blue-collar guy who turns out to be secretly brilliant, and he's an expert in ancient civilizations and sacred architecture and hidden wisdom. And I thought, like, this can't be just a coincidence. It's like all these pieces are pointing back to your reading and to you and your energy. And like something in your soul that resonates with stone. Like, parts of you are written in stone and in memory, like they are engraved in your soul and in your DNA. And potentially in your past life, you could have been somebody who held on to sacred knowledge and used it as a way to like translate to the future generations what was going on in that time, and you held on to that sacred knowledge. Like, I feel like the Akashic records are something that come easily to you and are almost engraved in your DNA. Like, you have that power, you have that wisdom, you have that knowledge because it's carved into you. And you're able to translate everything that the earth remembers. And you don't just walk through the world, but you listen to it. And I think that's why all these signs are showing up now, because part of your path is to remember what others have forgotten. And I also think that could be why you have such a deep connection with nature, because to you it's more than just nature. It's like scripture. It's contracts. It's time. It's the past and the future. And you're used to seeing these cliff dwellings and like the pictures that were carved into stone and the trees that have been around for years and years and years, far before us. And it's like, you know that there is so much time and wisdom and life put into everything that exists here on this earth. And so you see it as so much more than just like a rock or a tree. It's like, that is not just a life, that is many lives. Like, it has seen so much, it has endured so much, and it has just grown around us beautifully and just stood there strong as ever, enduring what we've put it through. Like, we are nothing in comparison to what this earth grows naturally and creates naturally. You know, I think that's so beautiful, and I think that you have such a beautiful outlook on life, and you understand the importance and the significance of everything around you. And so when you are lit up, and I said that your energy goes into your relationship, it goes into everything around you. And that's why it is so easy for you to like shift the whole mood of a room. And I'm picturing you like walking into a room of like dead flowers, and they all just suddenly come alive just because you're there. And I think that's so beautiful. I love your energy. Oh my god, I love it so much. Now the time has come to do your mythical identity, and I'm so excited for this. It's gonna be so cool. I can't wait. So I'm gonna spin 2 wheels. I'm gonna spin the first one once and the second one twice, and that'll give me your title, which will be in the format of blank and blank. So let's get started with the first spin. No way. No way. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, I love it. Okay. So excited. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so now we're gonna open up the second wheel. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, ready? Ooh, I love it. I love it so much. Okay, we have Shaman of the Elements and Are you kidding me? That is so cool. That is like, that's just everything. Like the shaman of everything. Everything that nature is. Oh my god. It's like the sun and everything. I love it so much. The shaman of the elements and light. That's just God. Okay, anyway, we're gonna put that title into an AI image generator, and we'll see how that identity is gonna look here in the real world. And I'm just stoked. So without further ado, here is the Shaman of the Elements and Light. I'm obsessed with how this turned out. This is so cool and so accurate in the way that I see your energy. Everything about it, from like all of the elements being present, the light shining down, the rock formations, the hieroglyphics and pictures, and like you just know that this man knows things and nature has taught him these things, and time and experience and years of wisdom gained is very present in this man and in his energy and in your energy. I love it so much. And something else was coming through that I wanted to bring up. There was a song coming through which I wanted to go back to what I was hearing before when we were talking about the Grand Canyon and the Smokey the Bear commercial. I was thinking about that commercial and how there were matches making pictures, and it reminded me of a song called Matchstick by American Royalty. And some of the lyrics of that song are, I've seen fire and I've seen rain, I'm going to kick it all the same. Then I saw you, I felt your stare, eyes gazing, a matchstick, a water hose, everything we fought just became those. Fucking go down a rabbit hole. Well, you're afraid of the dark and all alone, that's why I'm chasing. Strawberry field, I'll set ablaze, I can see God in your gaze. Oh, strawberry field, you're the reason I wait, have some fear in your eyes, never take it away. I tried to sink, but I couldn't wait, I got the bends, now you're making me strain. Off the rocker, still in the chair, light a match, lose the hose, I'm on point to follow you there. The next song that came through was Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Suede. You probably know this song from Guardians of the Galaxy, or just because it was a hit in the 70s. So here are the lyrics to that song. So of course, you know it starts with the very primal ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka. But then they hit you with, hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. Okay, sorry, was having a little main character moment, whatever. And now this next one is Blackout by Frank Turner, and I think that this song just perfectly encompasses what you've been through and really does a good job of visualizing that moment of blacking out and coming back with a changed and revised mindset towards the world in general. So I highly recommend that you listen to this song fully. It's beautiful. I love it. It's really cool. And I love Frank Turner in general. I don't know what kind of music you're into, but it's kind of like punky, indie, rock, alternative rock. I really like it. And almost a little folky too. It's kind of got a mix of everything in there. It's really cool. So definitely check it out. But I'll read you part of the lyrics. In the hospital, on the critical ward, too long a breath between the break and the backup of a life support. One system failure and it stopped her heart. One power vacuum and we're coming apart. We should be asking the question, are you afraid of the darkness? Are you afraid of the darkness? I'm afraid of the darkness too. We're all caught in the blackout, trying to feel our way out. Wait for the morning, I'll be waiting for you. Meet me in the middle, meet me in the middle. Bring a burning candle with you. I think that this song just perfectly encompasses your energy. Even before I knew what you went through, I think that you hold light and wisdom that most people can't comprehend yet. Like, it's otherworldly and really divine knowledge that you hold. And all you want to do is just be able to help people in a way that helps them understand. Like, you're not trying to give people the answers. You know that nobody has the answers, but you're trying to get them to understand that there's more than what they see. And all you want to do is just help people help themselves. Does that make sense? Especially with all of the shamanic energy that was coming through in your reading, I think that you truly are a shaman for people, and you help them understand themselves in a way that they can understand, and they can share their light in their own way. Like, you're not trying to say, do this my way, I know what's right and I know what's wrong. You're just saying what you have is meant to be here on this earth, and you are valuable, you are important, and together we can become something so great. We are so strong as a whole, as a community. But once we separate and divide, that's when we weaken. And I just think your whole mindset on life is so beautiful, and I truly do have so much respect for you and everything that you've been through. And I'm just so glad that I got to read for you today, Andrew. So with all of that being said, I really hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I thank you so much for your patience. I am eternally grateful, and I had so much fun doing this reading. It was really cool. I love your energy. And I just cannot wait to hear your thoughts. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this now, and then I'll send it over and we'll talk soon. And I hope you have a week as lovely as you. Bye!